Talking business now, Nigeria's once booming real estate sector is facing a slowdown due to the current economic downturn. Soaring inflation rates and economic uncertainty are dampening consumer confidence, making potential buyers hesitant to invest. Real estate developers say they are struggling with rising construction costs, making it difficult to initiate new projects. Reports indicate that the cost of building a house has skyrocketed, pricing out many middle and low-income earners from the housing market. Additionally, the lack of affordable housing options is a growing concern, with many Nigerians facing challenges finding suitable accommodation amidst increasing rental prices. As Nigeria navigates through these turbulent economic times, stakeholders in the real estate industry are calling for urgent measures to address these issues and revitalize the market. And now joining me on the news to discuss these challenges facing the real estate sector is a real estate developer, Olumide Aiyetemimowa. Olumide, thank you so much for joining us in our studios.
It's a pleasure being here, sir.
So let's start this way. Aside economic uncertainties, what are the other factors that is causing buyer hesitancy and the downturn as we have seen in the real estate sector?
Okay. Three observations that I see is one, trust, and the second one is flexibility in acquisition, and the third one obviously is credit facility. Number one, when the trust between the trust and confidence in the business environments right now is very, very low. So we need to work on that personally, and generally the whole country needs to come together on that. But in the real estate sector, one other thing that's very strenuous is the flexibility of acquisition. For you to buy a property, for you to build a property, for you to get the needed materials for your property, all these things are very, very tedious. And also, if we are in a place where we build our system to be formidable enough, whereby the financial institution could give credit facilities for asset owners and all that, I believe that will actually move Nigeria towards a different trajectory, to boost the confidence of investors in investing in real estate in Nigeria.
Okay, so you talked about trust earlier, and now you're talking about the provision of various facilities to improve the real estate sector. Now, we understand that there's economic downturn, there's trust deficit, there are economic challenges as it affects the country and the people. What other market conditions do you foresee, or would you consider, that you think, if properly looked into, can significantly improve the real estate market in Nigeria?
All right, that's very fantastic. I'm a passionate person about land banking, all right? And obviously, it's something we need to go into big time. And we should start having collaboration and inclusiveness between some sectors. Now, real estate happens to be one of the most optimistic markets in Nigeria. And real estate combined with agriculture could actually put in more revenue into the nation, could even help the even foreign direct investment. And now, lately, we've been seeing some innovation in farming and agriculture. For example, the hydroponic farming, the soilless farming, and this thing could boost the production of agricultural product using real estate facilities. So I believe that's one factor we should learn, one factor we should put attention to, and stakeholders should come together to create formidable policies that is going to be convenient for people to get into this business.
Okay, so there are also issues as regards prospective buyers and their need for long-term property evaluation value. Of course, we have economic fluctuations and the likes. So how do you think developers can better address these issues?
Okay, developers and people buying the properties are also consumers. So I think there should be more activities from the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, whereby they will be able to protect the consumer over consumer exploitation, which is actually rampant in the real estate industry. So we need these parastatals to come together and start making formidable and proactive policies that's going to help Nigerians that are looking towards investing in Nigeria real estate market. Because this market we can actually crawl out of the dampened confidence if we put in more effort towards creating policy that's going to be flexible for the investors in Nigeria.
Let's now look at other areas. Now, let's look beyond residential properties. Are there any specific segments of the real estate market that you believe might hold promise in terms of growth, despite the economic downturn that we're faced with? And why would you say these areas would be promising if well looked into and invested into?
I want to give kudos to some of the innovations that have been around, both from the public partnership, public-private partnership, and some other private institution coming up with different iconic places and innovations, all right, that is making people go to some areas and locations. For example, investing in a place like Ibejileki in Lagos, Epe in Lagos, Meleko and Ijebu-Ode, as you are definitely sure you are experiencing something fantastic. Also looking at Mowe or Fada area, by the time of the agro-cargo airport becomes so, they starts getting into major operation, you know you are already getting something meaningful yourself. So one of the things that we still need to talk about is the flexibility in people acquiring these properties. Because no matter as interesting as it is, we have to make people find it convenient to acquire and confident enough to go into this real estate sector. But I believe the movement between the real estate companies and that of the agricultural companies coming together to create wonderful farming systems. I believe that this could actually put Nigeria to a positive trajectory.
But do you think that low-income earners can equally invest in these? Because we know that when it comes to real estate and its other areas, it's in tune of millions. You would agree with me.
Yes, sir.
So when you look at low-income earners, do you think they have the opportunity to equally probably buy a property or invest in real estate?
Unfortunately, real estate investment comes with capital. It's very capital intensive anywhere in the world. All right. But the only thing we just believe people, the stakeholders should do is to find ways, all right, to make it more attractive in regards to flexibility. Because you cannot buy a property and not have the avenue to get it. Now, when you have the property, how do you liquidate your equity? It's something that is actually interesting, because you see an average Nigerian who's going in the diaspora to pay 30 million naira for an education that's going to spend maybe 4 years or 3 years or 2 years. You still come back to Nigeria to want to buy a property of 30 million and you cannot draw back in your equity like 60-40%. You take a country like United States of America. If you have a property there, you can easily walk up to your bank, all right? They do the evaluation and you get an owner's equity line of credit, which is something that even Nigerians in diaspora take use of these facilities. These are things we hope the Mortgage Banking Association of Nigeria, the Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria, even the Central Bank of Nigeria should come to the table and discuss how financial institutions can come together and make this thing flexible, one, for the low-income earners and those who have the assets, how they can use their credit facility to even put in more innovations into the country.
Okay, I guess that's something they need to look into. Olumide, Aiyetemimowa, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us.
A pleasure.